The other day, some fucking cop. It made me so uncomfortable just because I don't know if you ever been. I was driving on the freeway. Let's just say I was driving on the freeway. I was on the leftmost lane. Everybody knows the leftmost lane is the fast lane, unless you're from like the UK. So it's like I don't know, maybe different, I guess.
Right there, everything's slow.
No, I'm thinking of like they drive on the wrong side of the road. I don't say wrong side of the road. Right. They drive on the opposite side of the road. But I'm driving. I mind my own business, and the fucking freeway is open, and I love that shit. So I'm just kind of I'm driving. I'm on the fast lane, and as I'm going, the road, the highway. I'm not speeding. What the fuck? Come on, man. I'm not gonna penalize myself.
To the viewers, speeding. This guy?
No. I would never speed. I was going 64,
right.
and it starts going downhill, and it goes to the point where, I just stopped pushing on the gas just because I'm using my momentum just to keep on going. I'm trying to get my MPGs up.
Oh, okay.
And there's a cop that comes out of nowhere. This dude is like on a highway pursuit. He's just fucking speeding, and I see him bob out of traffic. He comes out, and he starts coming, and he goes in between the lanes real quick, and then he hops over to my lane. And I'm like, oh, fuck. He's going to pull me over.
Or he's in front of you?
Yeah, he's behind me. He's coming up fast behind me.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm about to get pulled over.
Yeah, what kind of cop does some diehard shit
to
pull somebody over?
This dude hasn't got any fucking, like,
probably
had no action.
Cops always think they're badass. And like, finally, we got something. Some little kid was scared the shit out of him.
I was getting nervous because I was like, fuck, do I have anything in the car I should have or something?
You question yourself?
Yeah, I question myself.
Okay.
Oh, fuck, man. Oh, I was just like, that was my head right now. I was just kind of like, oh, fuck. And
continue your story.
Okay, so the cop just kind of came behind me, and he started like, he was on my ass, but he didn't use his lights, and I turned down the volume of my song because I was jamming out.
Yeah.
I was in the shit.
I jam out every time I'm on the freeway going fast too. It feels good, huh?
It feels amazing.
Like, on another level.
So I fucking turn down the music. I hop over. I use my signal. I use my fucking signal just because. I mean, I always use my signal, but I use it just
even more,
in front of a cop even more. So I used it, and I go over to the next lane, and this guy, he fucking matches my speed, and I'm like going at 66 at this point. I'm at 66.
A mile over,
right? And he and I didn't want to look at him just because I thought maybe if I don't look at him and I don't acknowledge him and I act like I'm doing nothing wrong, then he has no reason to pull me over. So I'm just looking at the road. I still have one hand on the wheel. I don't know.
I think cops know that rule though, that everybody was taught like don't look at him, even though as kids we
I'm not trying to look guilty. That's why.
Yeah, because just because we look at someone we're guilty,
Right.
But okay, that's how cops think. Go ahead.
So he slows down, and then he gets behind me again. After like I moved over to the lane. So I'm like, if he was gonna pull me over, he would have
done it. No, but I think he was looking for an excuse. So like, all right, I see some guy with a Honda Civic. I'm thinking he's a little whatever. So hey, cops see certain cars, and what do they think? Oh, this guy's up to no good. You see a race car, you see what?
I mean,
a Subi.
Yeah. If you see a dude driving a fucking Nissan Altima, his license is suspended for sure. That dude's a criminal.
So he picked you out, and he's like, I gotta find something. Okay, I can't find anything. Just keep following him. So go ahead.
He just got behind me, and I'm like, you know what? If you're gonna pull me over right now. Don't be playing these games with me. Like, fuck, stop playing with me.
Playing with my emotions.
He was just exactly. I felt like a girl. I was just like, stop playing with my emotions. Tell me what you want. And eventually he kind of left me alone. He just slowed down, and then he just kind of disappeared into like the traffic. I don't know where he went. I just saw him go into the traffic, and I never saw him again. Like disappeared in the bushes or something.
Cops never hide, bro.
And that was the end of that, bro. I literally did not.
So you weren't pulled over or anything?
No, I thought I was gonna get pulled over.
You were just traumatized by the fact that he was just behind you?
Yeah, I was like, fuck, what the fuck is he gonna do to me? What is he doing? Running my plates? I don't know. So.
Okay.
I mean, I don't have anything bad on my license or anything like that. I don't have anything bad on my car or anything like that. But
it was just weird.
It was just weird. My music stopped, so I was afraid to like.
All right, can I ask you this?
Put it back on.
What city was it in?
This was
like roughly where were you at?
I think like around probably Chino.
Something. So you were around the 1060?
Yeah. Somewhere around there, like around Chino. Chino Hills.
Chino Hills.
Fuck, I don't know. I always get confused between them.
Okay.
I'm trying to think right now.
Yeah, just to let you guys know, if you guys don't know, Chino and Chino Hills, very different cities. Let's just say the one with the hills, obviously. Come on, you know what it is. It's the rich white area, right?
Yeah.
Chino is more of the
It wasn't Chino
where
Hills.
we are. Okay.
I think it was like around Chino.
Okay.
But fuck it.
Because it depends where you are. Cops, act a certain way towards me and you.
Oh,
black
definitely,
people,
definitely.
Arabians, doesn't matter. As long as you're dark, something's up with you.
Like in Family Guy when they pull out the little car.
Oh yeah, the light skinned terrorist, mentally ill,
and they have like
not terrorists.
Boom. That's how they
Same thing with
identify.
us.
Everybody knows the first day of training. That's the first thing they tell you in the academy. You have to memorize the colors. Like the rainbow, you have to memorize those colors.
Basically, we were telling you this because I don't know. Me and Gabe were feeling a little negative about the police. I've been seeing more reports about what
Nathan got arrested.
killing us. Yeah. Okay.
That's the first thing that comes to my head about police.
Doesn't
Nathan got arrested.
Doesn't count as being arrested, okay? I'll tell you my story with the police. Okay?
Nathan got himself arrested. He told the police.
I'll tell you this: it ended up with them laughing, but also being like guns being drawn at me. So yeah, that's something. So I gotta start from the beginning. My car was totaled. Okay, I left it in a certain area, a suspicious looking area, kind of like where we are now. So first thing, I went to go see if my car was still there. It wasn't.
So you parked your car in a shady area and you just left it.
I didn't park there. It wasn't totaled, my bad. It was the tire was flat and I had no spare.
Oh, okay.
So I had to leave it there. My dad came to pick me up and everything. We left. We came back like a couple days later, and the car wasn't there. So in my head, being so young, so naive, I thought right away they jacked my car.
I think anybody would think that like, when your car just kind of moves, like you leave it at a certain
I left
place,
it in front of a business, so they thought automatic. Well, they said like, well, we can't have this car being here all day. We need people to like customers come in or whatever. So my car was in the way. In the way, they moved it, but I didn't know that. So I reported my car stolen, as any reasonable person would do. And the cop said, yeah, okay, I guess we'll look for it. I found the car because I saw that my cousin and my dad went to go look for the car and they found it. So they brought it back to the house, they fixed the tire or whatever, and I was just driving my car again. But what I had, even though my dad kept telling me, son, call the police and tell them that you found your car. Yeah. You know how kids are. How I was. So stupid.
You stupid?
I was stupid.
Are you fucking out of your mind? I'm not gonna tell the cops that.
No, it's not. It's not that I didn't want to. It's that I forgot.
Maybe you get lucky. Somebody has just the same car as you, same license plate. You get double the same car.
So, the car was still on the registry as a stolen car or like need to find the car. So one day I was driving. Me and my sister were in the car. We were driving in Rancho, of course. In where we are, Fontana.
Right.
They don't really give a fuck. But in Rancho Cucamonga, as you see in Friday, really nice neighborhood.
Yeah.
Cops actually give a shit about.
I actually want to find out where that street is. I know I could look it up. I just never looked it up.
Oh, where Rancho, like where they set the movie?
Yeah, like that street. I've always wanted to look it up.
I know. We live so close to it too.
I know.
By the house.
But keep going.
But okay, so I was driving in Rancho, and a cop pulls up in front of me, just kind of like. Same sketchy like you.
He pulls up next to you and just kind of.
No, he wasn't next to me. Like I was going straight, and the cop was trying to. He was going this way, but was trying to go right. So he was coming into my lane. I let him go, but he swerved really quick.
Okay, so you're driving straight in an intersection, and he's making that right turn into going.
Like I was like
into traffic.
I could there was still some space for me to let him pass, so I did.
Okay.
That's just a cop, but he swerved like crazy. So I'm like, all right, whatever, because he's a cop, he's crazy.
Trying to show off.
Yeah, he's probably like another fucking cop who thinks he's all badass. So okay, I let him go, but then another cop comes by behind me, and I'm like, damn, there's a lot of cops today. But I was kind of. I don't know. I was a little freaked out because, brown people and police don't go so well. So
No, fuck yeah, I get nervous around the cops.
yeah, exactly.
I
We
get
just
nervous.
naturally we just fear them. We fear what they could do to us. And then another cop pulls by on the side of me. But okay, they didn't do anything yet. I pull up to another street light. I was gonna make a right, but what I thought they put the lights on for, the sirens, is because when you go right, you go to the first lane, right? Legally, you have to do that.
What do you mean?
Legally, when you make a right turn at an intersection,
when
you have to go to the first lane. You can't
when
just
you
go to the second
at an
and
intersection,
third.
you're making a right turn. Yeah, so like the the handbook, the DMV handbook tells you have to go into the first lane.
Right.
I mean, if
That's the
traffic is
rules.
backed up, then you go into the next one.
Exactly, but it wasn't. It was free. So, but I didn't really think about it because
Got a little too comfortable, huh?
the exit I was supposed to go off was like really close to the very, very left lane.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of scooted all the way over there. So that's what I thought that they pulled me over for. Sure enough, it was only one cop after that, like when they turned on the siren. But when I pulled into like a little parking lot, like 4 or 5 other cops came in, busting in,
Whole
like
SWAT
straight up,
team
like
came in,
straight up like
and
a
dogs
movie.
and everything.
Like I saw one, and then I looked in my mirror, 4, 5, or 6, and right away I said,
Did you know what it was about?
like at first that's what I thought it was. It was the light, but I said, damn. Like in my head.
They're gonna
But
take
then the
that
second thought,
seriously?
when they saw all this, and I saw all that, I'm like, God damn it, I'm a fucking idiot. I didn't call the cops and told them that I had found my car. But they didn't know that. They thought I was the guy who actually stole the car. So they treat me as so. So, okay, me, I know how to handle this.
I don't
Just
think
say,
you do, because if you would have
when it comes
told the
when
cops
it,
you
when it
found
comes
the
to being in
car.
a standoff with them.
You've been in many standoffs before.
No, I just got family that really not knowledgeable about this. So what I did is right away I got my ID. Like I took it out of my wallet. I took my ID, the registration. I put it in my hand, and then they told me like guns drawn, all of them, all 5, 6 cops, like 6 cars. So double that.
Right.
That's 12 cops, all pointing guns at me. They said get out the car. Slowly turn off the car, whatever, and then put your hands out the window. I did. So I got out, and then they said, I have my ID and everything in my hand, so that way I don't ever reach into my pants. And what do?
They're gonna
fucking shoot
pop
me.
off on you, dude.
So I was smart about that, but I had to face against them, so I was pretty much backing up, and they arrested me. But my sister was in the car too. So she was really, really freaked out. Like she wasn't crying or anything. She's not that small. But she was just really confused. I just told her, don't worry, relax, everything's cool.
That's what every criminal says when they're about to get arrested with somebody. Don't relax, I got
On all
this.
the movies.
That's and then what happens? They get
That's
fucked
the exact
up somehow.
opposite of what to say, huh?
That's exactly the same thing. Like when somebody tells you, trust, dog, trust. You don't ever trust somebody who says trust.
But it's family this time, so it's different, okay? But they arrested her too.
Right.
Because she was in the car, they thought...
they put her in handcuffs.
Yeah, they put her in handcuffs.
Put you in handcuffs, they put her in handcuffs. They put her on the hood?
No, they didn't do that. What we did is we backed up right towards them. They got my hand, they put it in. But they didn't put me on the floor or anything because...
They put it on extra tight?
They put that shit like... Oh my God, my wrist afterwards? Marks, man. That shit hurts. And the more you move... My cousin, who is a cop, she told me this. Like, the more you move, the more they tighten up. So I was like really fidgeting because like I don't know.
I'm like, hey man, I'm not gonna run away.
I'm semi-claustrophobic, let's say that. So I felt really uncomfortable. So they threw me in the car.
Unless you're like freaky, then I think you'd like it.
They threw me in the car, and they asked me all like, and I just told them, hey, there's a complete misunderstanding. I just forgot to call you guys. Check the registration. It's in my name, my ID right there. So they did. They ran in. I was there for like maybe...
your ID, then like, you do not look like anything like this guy.
No, I look like myself, like from the picture.
All right.
So, they ran everything, and sure enough, they were just laughing their asses off the whole time because
They're all laughing at you,
They're laughing at me.
making fun of you, fucking dumbass.
Like,
Oh,
not
look at
like
this
that.
guy.
But they were like, you know, I was like making fun of myself. Like, hey, man, this is a fucking kid, you know, just real stupid. And they were laughing too. Like, we were cool.
I
Like,
just
that was actually a
fucking
good
imagine that shit.
From that experience, I actually, like, gained, like, some sort of, like, connection with them because I actually saw their human side. I saw them laugh for once.
Yeah, because they always look so serious. I mean,
It's
just
a
the
serious
image you have to
job.
put.
I get
They
it.
have to be like respected and looking. I don't say
But the moment you make them laugh, like, I think a lot of comedians have stories with cops.
Yeah.
The moment you make them laugh, I feel like that's when their ease goes down.
I want to crack jokes with them sometimes. Like,
Yeah, but sometimes they won't take it.
that's what I'm scared of.
But this was a funny situation. I didn't have to make fun of it. It was just funny in general.
Yeah.
So it really opened them all up, and they were just laughing. Like, yeah, we were cool. But my sister was the one like kind of like all mad because
I mean, yeah. I mean,
although she was arrested by a lady cop, you know.
Okay.
Because I like how they do that. The guys arrest the guys, the girls arrest the girls. Like, I like that, you know.
Okay.
Because, you know, it happens if a guy, you know.
He gropes her.
Yeah. So like they were cool like that. But my sister came back, she was like all smacking me, like it was funny.
Fucking
and the cops were just witnessing, like, you know, like she has a heavy hand, man. Like she's a strong woman.
So they watched you get abused and they didn't do anything about it.
Yeah, but like they knew this guy deserves it. Come on.
Nah, man. I was arrest her,
they
officer. I would have screamed out, arrest her.
Well, we got off, and you know that was actually a positive story.
Yeah.
You know,
I would have.
even though I had guns drawn on me at the end, but they still laughed. You know, it was I learned a lot that hey, in Rancho they take their shit seriously.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, I've always wanted to make a cop laugh, but I'm just been like a little like scared. I don't want to make a joke, or they're either gonna be like, "Oh, you think that's funny," and then they kind of turn it back on me, and then I get myself into a bunch of trouble.
Exactly, because then you feel like agitated, and like, oh well, you don't think that's funny? I think it's actually pretty funny.
It's pretty fucking funny.
You know what I think?
You know what I think, officer? I think you need to fucking get a sense of humor.
Ah, shit.
Mr. Tight Ass. Fuck, and then next thing you know, I'm on the floor.
But you know what? That was a good experience, but I've seen negative experiences too. You know?
No, okay. So
don't think that was actually a very special. How do I say?
Getting arrested.
It was definitely different than what usually we're used to. You know what I mean?
No, I get you. I seen a video on Instagram where it's like some white guy. He has a knife, and he's walking towards police officers. And you can see it on their body cam. It's like some older white guy. You could tell he's like probably like in his 40s, 50s. Yeah, this dude's like balding and everything. He's walking up to the policeman slowly. It's like 2 or 3 cops, and they're telling him like, put the knife down. You know, like they're basically telling him like, you know, we're gonna shoot, put the knife down, and he doesn't stop. He just keeps approaching them slowly. And I was just like, what I was thinking is like, why haven't they shot this guy yet? Because in the
leg,
or like in the leg, or tase him. I mean, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be shoot him, but like, I mean, with other people,
put him down.
Yeah, they haven't tased him or done anything. Because I mean, with any other person, what they've done is like, with anybody else who does, shoot you. Yeah, with anybody else who, like, you've seen other videos. I can't recall any right now.
No, I can recall a lot, man. I've seen a lot.
Yeah, they don't have anything. They're like, he's like, put your weapon down. They're like, it's a cell phone, and then somebody yells out gun, and then they just shoot him up. He has a cell phone in his hand.
20 bullets in his back.
Mm-hmm.
In his back.
They like
running away, not going towards them, not trying to, you know, provoke violence between them.
They'll open fire on a guy who like runs away from them. They won't run and tase them. They'll open fire on him. But with the guy walking towards them with the knife, they give this guy so many chances.